What happens when a demon's kiss turns into a full on obsession? Yeah. Kissed by a Demon by Rosalyn Stirling had me blushing, had me screaming, and questioning all my morals at the same time. Hey y'all, it's Kayla Thompson. Welcome back to my channel where we dive into one of the hottest fantasy romances that make you question reality. So today, I'm talking about Kissed by a Demon, and let me tell you, this book is like a freaky version of Beauty and the Beast. But make it demonic, sexy, dark, things of that nature. Now, this book is part one of the Wild Shadows series. You can get this book from Amazon now. I will post the link in the description below. All right, let's just get into it. So our main girl, Arabella, she's roughly 30. She's an enchantress, and her job is to protect mankind. Basically, she's part witch, part warrior, part savior of an entire town called Shadowbank. Now, here's the setup of Shadowbank. Shadowbank made a deal with the demon over 100 years ago, and every 10 years, this demon gets to take one woman as an offering. Creepy, right? But not just any woman. He only takes enchantresses. So when the barrier protecting the city starts weakening, Arabella's out there trying to fix it. And boom, she runs into this demon in the forest. She doesn't even see his face before he pins her up. And he starts whispering in her ear and basically has her body locked in place. Tell me why she leaves that encounter feeling desire for this demon. Like, girl, what are you doing? I would have been running. But Arabella, she's out here catching feelings for a creature she's supposed to kill. A few chapters later, Arabella's fighting wolf-like creatures called fingerings, and she ends up using shadow magic to save her best friend. Shadow magic is dark and it can consume you in the worst way, so it's not ideal to use it or getting caught using it by the other enchantresses. But the real trouble starts when she decides she's tired of losing her friends to this demon. So what does she do? Sis offers herself up. He accepts, obviously, and this is where things get wild. Turns out the demon's name is Elias Whitlock, a 300-year-old immortal sex demon, also known as an Erox. And now Arabella's trapped in his gloomy castle for 10 years. She's collared, so she can't use her magic, and Elias basically feeds off her orgasms. Yes, yeah. He literally survives off her sexual energy. Every time he feeds, she gets weak, so she has to eat more to recover. He also feeds off her blood as well, which is odd because he actually has fangs like a vampire. I was curious about the type of demon he was, if he had fangs. But he really used his fangs to feed, or should I say, he really used blood as a source of food from Arabella. He'd rather feed from her orgasms because they were intoxicating to him. But there are side effects, as I said, of being fed on by an Erox. It weakens you, meaning Arabella had to eat more to replenish her strength. And Elias, if an Erox went too long without feeding, their memories would wither away until nothing remained but a ravenous demon driven only by the need to feed on anyone they encountered. The men they once were would be lost forever, condemned to an endless existence of hollow, devouring, I cannot say that word, devouring hunger. Jesus Christ, devouring guys. Got my head all messed up. But listen, this demon was turning her every which way but loose. He was screwing the hell out of Miss Arabella, mostly with his hands at first. He wasn't going to give her the D until she screamed for it. And Arabella was showing some restraint because she didn't want to give in to him. I mean, she did, but she didn't, if you know what I mean. He was a demon that she's supposed to hate, but for some reason, she wanted him. She desired him. But my girl, she tried to combat her desires, but of course she eventually gave in. I mean, who wouldn't? He was a hot demon, and turns out he wasn't as bad as she thought. As much as Elias is this demonic creature, he's also sweet. He takes care of her. He supports her archery, makes sure she has medicine if she gets ill. Like, he's still a demon, but also kind of boyfriend material. And Arabella starts falling for him. You can feel her fighting it. She's like, I'm supposed to hate you. But he's over here whispering and making her toes curl. It's one of those books. It's spicy. So the author really leaned into the power dynamic. Arabella is used to leading, protecting, and being in control. But Elias, he flips that. And for the first time, she lets go. That mix of fear and desire, it's giving addictive. So eventually, the story expands beyond the little demon love nest. Arabella and Elias go see the Fae Queen because both of their protective barriers are breaking down. Yeah, remember the ward I was telling you about in the book Auction to the Vampire? Well, Elias has a ward surrounding his castle that was also weakening. So they need something called an amplifier to fix it. Now, here's the issue there's only one amplifier. Both of them need it to save their homes, but he wants it for his realm. She wants it for Shadowbank. Cue the heartbreak because now love and loyalty are clashing. It's being put to the test now. When she and Elias attend the Twilight Court's ball for the Queen's birthday, they requested an amplifier. The Queen refused. Elias had declined her demand to be turned into an Erox. To their surprise, Hadian, the Queen's fifth son, later approached them with an offer. A little side offer, an amplifier in exchange for a favor. It had seemed like a fair trade at the time. While they're at the Fae Queen's palace, they meet a friend named Beckett and a whole new threat named Magnus. Magnus is haunting Elias and Beckett because they stole this magical weapon that can kill demons called the Siphons. So, being that they were both running from the same man, Elias agreed to let his friend Beckett come back to his castle with him for safety. But Elias is like,
But you can't feed off my old lady now. Only I can make her orgasm. You gotta find your own.
and then out of nowhere strikes the betrayal. Yeah, Arabella tricks Elias. She pretends they're about to, get it on, and she ties him to the bed and she pulls a knife. And I was like, girl, what are you doing? You can literally feel the heartbreak. At least I did. I mean, the man loved her at this point. But Arabella had begged him previously to give her that amplifier for Shadowbank. But he said no. So she did what she felt she had to do in order to protect the humans in her precious village. So Arabella runs off with this amplifier, but of course she doesn't get far at all with the creatures lurking in the forest. She runs across this pack of ogres belonging to Magnus. Yeah. And they immediately attack her. Now remember, the shadow magic we talked about at the beginning, the time she used it saved that time she used it to save her friend. Well, yeah, with this powerful amplifier in her hand, she ends up unlocking new shadow abilities. But it serves her nothing at this moment because she ends up losing the amplifier to Magnus anyway. I was screaming. Like, she risked it all for her people and still fumbled the bag? Yeah, it made no sense. But even after her betrayal against Elias, her fated love, their bond didn't die. Plot twist. They're actually mated souls, so no matter how hard they fight it, that love and that heat keeps pulling them back together. But I'm not gonna lie, Arabella stealing that amplifier really pissed me off. Like, girl, you did that, ultimately making things much worse. And let's be honest, Elias being a sex demon makes for some spicy scenes. Gotta read this book. But Rosalyn Stirling didn't hold back. Every encounter had purpose. It wasn't just spice for spice sakes. Oops, did I say spice sakes? In the end, Kissed by a Demon is steamy, dark, and surprisingly emotional. It's about love, control, and sacrifice, but also about what happens when the monster you're supposed to destroy becomes the only one who truly sees you. If you love Beauty and the Beast, Morally Gray Man, and books that make you question if you'd survive a demon's seduction, this one's for you. And I would give this book a solid 5 out of 5. I mean, it was good. I can definitely reread this book. I mean, I loved it. I mean, I read the Kindle version, but now I have the hard copy in my cart and I'm about to buy it all over again. Let me know in the comments, would you risk your soul for a demon like Elias Whitlock? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video for more book reviews. I'll see you in the next one.